Okay everyone, welcome back to another Micro Game production. Welcome back to the Tesla effect, of course. And we are heading back over to the tower where we left off. I believe I was stood here, but of course it respawns me back up there. So you've had to watch me come back down the stairs. Now, I could hop in the car and probably just jump ahead, but the tower's just here. So we'll run around the corner, head to the tower on foot, and see if we can deal with Mr. Slade over here. We of course met him before and he was rather threatening. We have our Geiger counter, which should help us find the egg. That noise is really irritating, by the way. Okay, so it sounds like it's over here. Is it in this one?
Shipping containers. It's nearly impossible to lift the lids on these without anti-gravity lifts. Maybe I can find a set around here. They're shipping containers. It's nearly impossible to lift the lids on these without anti-gravity lifts. Maybe I can find a set around here.
Question is, are they going to be down on the ground or what? Let's go top. See what we can find. Huh. You know what? I didn't actually pay attention to that floor. Be anything beyond that barrier? No, not that I can see. So let's head on up. Is what we need up here. Anything useful up here? Nope. We are still in the land of absolute nothingness up here. So that's no good. What do we have in our inventory? Nothing of use. We have our Geiger counter wand. We have our frequencies, if we can get the egg. But we need to be able to lift the lid on the box. So, perhaps what we need is outside, maybe? I don't know. I might have to look into where to find it. Is it one of these where I have to like get out midpoint? What's in the box?
They're shipping containers. It's nearly impossible to lift the lids on these without anti-gravity lifts. Maybe I can find a set around here.
I have, but where? Do I just click around like a maniac and...
They're shipping containers.
I know, I know.
Shipping containers.
Yes,
it's
I
nearly
know.
impossible to lift the lids on these without anti-gravity lifts. Maybe I can find a set around here. You know, I never actually see anyone working on this street.
What is around here?
My nose has started sagging lately.
Okay, I
Makes it
remember
hard
this.
to breathe.
Yes, we
Now,
know.
what kind of
Yes, we know. We don't need to go over the...
Toy Tower, once one of the great landmarks of the city, is now a broken down monument symbolizing the world that's passed us by.
Huh.
It's a pair of anti-gravity lifters.
Fancy that. We found exactly what we need, just outside. So. This one?
They're shipping containers.
I know, I know, I know. Interact with it with this. Aha!
Took the elevator to the top and waited for Slade, according
Let's
to
go
Landis'
upstairs.
instructions.
Good evening, Mr. Slade.
Hello, mate. What you got there?
Neg.
The stuff bad dreams are made of.
Looks like the Tesla egg.
Well, this is like the worst designed doorstop ever.
I beg to differ. It's like a little piece of plutonium in an atomic bomb. You know the effects it had on you, dreams, visions of Donnelly? Apparently that's just a hint of what it's capable of.
Come on, Slade, you're not buying into this crap, are you?
Between you and me, I don't think it'll work. But the translator does, and he's promised us a big payout for this egg.
Yeah.
And if one person's willing to pay that kind of money, there's usually others willing to pay more. So let's have it, partner.
Nah, don't think so. Give Slade the egg, destroy the egg.
You know, you really do seem like a solid business associate. But I think this deal is gonna go out the window.
No, why'd you go and do that?
I want to see if it's smashed on the pavement.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Well then.
Hey, Slade! Come and join the party!
It's a killer! Into the depths of hell we go! Okay, I guess we don't go for that option.
Hello, mate.
Hello, mate. I think we've been here before.
What you got there?
I got an egg.
The stuff bad dreams are made of.
Looks like the Tesla egg.
Well, this is like the worst designed doorstop ever.
Deja vu.
Oh, I beg to differ. It's like a little piece of plutonium in an atomic bomb. You know the effects it had on you, dreams, visions of Donnelly. Apparently that's just a hint of what it's capable of.
Come on, Slade, you're not buying into this crap, are you?
Between you and me, I don't think it'll work. But the translator does, and he's promised us a big payout for this egg. And if one person's willing to pay that kind of money,
I've heard this all
the other's
before.
willing to pay more. So let's have it, partner.
Fine, we'll give him the egg this time. Goodbye. Now, do one of them break the egg's bomb? That's the real question. Ah, yes. Excellent. Also, he has one heck of a grip to keep hold of that egg. Would have at least expected him to fumble it. But no, no fumble recovery here.
Got his revenge, and Slade got what he deserved.
Indeed. I wish it didn't spawn us back in staring at the floor, but we now have the egg. We have the means of getting into the egg, I believe. The first knob adjust, second knob adjust. So we need the amplifier. Spirit radio. Got the egg. We need the radio. And then we can destroy the world ourselves. Right. Righty. So, let's go on a tour of the street. Let's talk to some people. It's been a while. Holly, how are you doing?
Hey Tex, how's your case progressing?
It's going pretty well, Holly. Unfortunately, though, we've got nothing to discuss with you. So, adios. We are going to talk to some other people. That is still closed.
Yeah, this building's been a lemon for anyone
Nobody's
who's
in
tried to
there,
open
if
a
I remember
business
rightly.
Hey, Murph, how you doing? What can I do for you?
Well, Robin, who's not actually called Robin, nothing, because you have absolutely nothing to contribute. How about Rook? How's Rook feeling today?
How goes the investigation?
Well, Rook, you also don't have anything to tell me, so we're going to go to the electrical shop.
More questions?
Yep.
Why you gotta keep coming back with more questions?
Because I like to ask questions, that is why. And because we died and gave up all our points, so
I hope you don't mind.
we want to go around asking people and try and get some points back.
Folks in the neighborhood about your situation, just so they know it's the old Tex they're dealing with.
I appreciate
Let me
that.
know what else I can do for you.
Well, nothing. Like, literally nothing. What about
Of all
our
the
shop
fish-smoking
friend?
food joints in all the towns in all the world, you walk into mine.
Yes. Yes, I do. And I don't know why, because, again, you are absolutely no help to us. So, we've got the egg. Now, I need to figure out what on earth I'm going to go and do with it. I guess I'm heading back into our place. So, I shall head back up here. Head back into our office. And then get clubbed over the head. Okay. That answered my question of what we do next. We go back and get hit over the head. As we head into day 11. This immortal coil, or Apocalypse Pow. I prefer Calf Pow, to be honest, but Apocalypse Pow.
I lay in a semi-conscious state, hearing fragments of conversation between Dalton and some other guy. I'm transported to a location in New Mexico where underground nuclear testing experiments were carried out in the 1950s. I remember a map where all the Titan reactors around the world were linked together to one location, the launch pad of the immortal coil. Time to play up my last hand.
In this elaborate game of strip poker. Yeah, that place could do a renovation, Tex. At least there's kind enough to leave the door open. Donna.
Do you have to sneak up on people all the time?
Yes.
You see that rather large, old-fashioned looking piece of equipment? That was your home for a very long time.
Well, it is smaller than my current apartment. Is it rent control?
And you have the egg. Wonderful. I must confess, I'm surprised to see you. Dalton and Slade were convinced that you'd never bring the egg here voluntarily.
I mean, I did get clubbed over the head.
I want my memory back. This is the only way.
Still, unlike me, they knew you way back when they used words like idealist, naive.
Dartboard, punching bag.
I've always been an idealist myself. But I find it's the pragmatists like Dalton and Slade who get things done. Without Dalton, I wouldn't be here. And Dalton wouldn't have had the opportunities he did if Slade hadn't helped him rise through the ranks of Gideon Enterprises.
Yeah, and to be fair, Slade did learn to fly.
And Slade wouldn't be here if I hadn't returned the favor and got him out of prison.
And yet it was the naive idealist who found the egg.
There's so much more to you than that, Tex. Surely by now you know that you were J.T. Donnelly, protector, hired gun and confidant of Nikola Tesla?
What? Are you saying I'm J.T. Donnelly? Right.
You don't believe me. But how do you explain your visions of Donnelly's life?
Well, I think it's the Tesla egg. Donnelly hid it in the wall of the apartment. I didn't even start having the dreams until I moved in.
The spirit radio allows us to communicate with the dead, not the egg. The egg merely amplifies it.
Yeah? Well, I had a radio. I mean, there are other explanations, but I got to admit they all sound insane to me.
And now we destroy the world!
And yet you can't deny the visions. The egg may have had an effect on your subconscious, your spiritual DNA. But you
So
weren't
why does it
receiving
kind of look like
messages
he's got a
you were
slice of
remembering.
pizza on the front of it?
Everything has led to this. A reunion of consciousness. But not just for you, for us all. This is what Tesla intended. His death ray, the spirit radio, the Tesla egg, all brought together to create a celestial conduit, the immortal coil, that will redeem and purify this depraved planet and create a literal heaven on earth, true immortality, timelessness. No sickness, death, or pain. All needs met and achieved through the genius of Tesla! Tex, if you would be so kind as to step out there and place
we
the
really
egg.
do not need additional life.
Where's Slade?
Otherwise we will run out of space. Immortality, like everything, has a cost. Could have built it a bit nearer, you know, put the doorway a couple of meters away. Not make us walk so far. Or at least give us a bicycle or something, you know. Speed things up. Tex is going to be tied up by the time he gets there. Especially with his bourbon cigar diet. Can't be doing himself much help. Well, I'm sure it goes on the left. Aha!
It has begun.
Tex, you have come here seeking answers through the spirit radio. Please do so. But you'll only have a few minutes. Then none of the answers will matter because the world will be reborn.
Into millions of pieces.
Margaret! Margaret Leonard, can you hear me?
It's so cold. Dark and so empty. Is there someone there? I feel a presence.
It's me, Tex Murphy. I'm trying to contact you through the spirit radio. You've got to help me, Margaret.
I can hear you, but you sound so far away. Tex? Tex? I can't see anything, but I can hear you. I have no sensation. It's as though I'm floating in a void. Where am I?
You're dead. Oh great, now we've got to try and figure out how to use the spirit radio. Which, hopefully, we have a piece of paper, which I can't open. Great. I should have probably paid attention to the instructions. Oh. Is that right? So that one. Get it blue. Change the dial to 2. Get that yellow. I don't think I need the instructions. I think I'm just a natural. Turn that one around. On the last one. Make that wave yellow. Make it blue. And then we just need to do it for a 3rd time. So, yellow. Blue. Oh, is there more than one blue? That's interesting. Hold on. More than one. Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good. I don't know how long I had, but I think we did it. I think. That was worrying.
Tex, are you there?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Margaret, I need your help. Focus on the sound of my voice.
Yep, come on, Maggie.
Gotta ask you some questions. Why did you erase my memory?
I had to protect my daughter. You knew what happened to her, and I couldn't trust you. Not the man you've become.
What's my connection with Donnelly? Is that me?
You are who you want to be, Tex. When I used the transducer on you, it restored you to whom you were. Don't go back.
Tell me how to get my memory back.
I can't do that, Tex. You are the sum of your memories. I took things from you. Repressing your dark memories was my way of atoning for what I did.
How do I destroy the immortal coil?
Find the frequency. The one I found. The one Tesla found before me. It will destroy itself. There'll be no way they can stop it this time.
Okay. Well, let's find the frequency, I guess. I guess it's the red one. Do we need the red one? Is that what we're trying to do? Red seems like a bad idea. Let's try and make it red. So, yellow, red, red one, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, that was quick, red, and again, yellow, red, next, come on, come on, yellow, red, last one, yellow, red. Ah. Contact, you've got this. Maybe try not to get hit by any of the floating matter. Because we are in the eye of the storm right now.
Well, get out there, you idiot! Shut it down!
Now. That's not the best idea. In fact, the fact that he stood there is not a very smart idea. Never mind heading towards us.
Tex! Tex, get out!
Run, Tex, run!
Shut it down!
You gotta move on, Tex. Door's gonna close. Plenty of time. We're going to stop for a nice little drink. But we safely made it out in the end. And I guess that's where we finish. Day 12. The big finish. All good things.
I take a long elevator ride to the surface and make a few calls to get some help. It's a pretty good time to reflect on all that's happened. It's obvious to me that Margaret injected me for a reason. She knew the man I'd become over the last 7 years had become too treacherous to trust anymore, and she was right. That night of the injection, I must have made a deal with the devil to betray her and Mason, and the 50 G's were my 30 pieces of silver. Margaret knew instinctively I was going to betray them, and that's why she broke away earlier. But I think she also knew that the man I was 7 years ago would do the right thing and try to stop the translator. That's why she only erased my memory for the last 7 years. I guess each of us had sins we needed to atone for. Now I've got to find out how all of this is going to play out.
Okay. So we continue.
What are you doing here?
I put a tracking app on your smart Alex when you let me download that video of Bowers.
Serves me right for trusting a cop. You've been tailing me the whole time?
No, I wanted to trust you, I really did. But you're a suspect in some unsolved cases, and I thought, possibly and quite likely, you'd go back to your old MO at some point. Tex Murphy, you're under arrest.
You're arresting me? For what?
For the murder of Jim Slade and another as yet unidentified male.
I didn't have anything to do with it.
The bodies were thrown from Coit Tower, and we have witnesses that saw you leave the scene immediately after.
Now, I can explain that.
I understand. Slade was a very bad man, and probably deserved it. But I told you before, I won't tolerate vigilantism.
Lieutenant, wait. I have something for you. Evidence of a mass murder that took place at the Tesla Legacy Society. It's related to at least 3 unsolved disappearances in your jurisdiction.
That's very interesting, and we'll talk about it as soon as I make this arrest.
No, hold on. Slade is the one who led this mass murder.
You have evidence of this?
I've got everything. Eyewitness testimony, sworn affidavits, even security video of the attack. You can resolve a bunch of cases and give closure to the victims' families.
And in exchange for this evidence?
Let Tex go. He's done nothing wrong. If he'd come to you, you wouldn't have been able to do anything. He risked his own life to do the right thing. I think he's a hero.
Although I do have super strength to throw 2 people off a tower at the same time.
This is the last exception I make for you.
Well, fine by me. I mean, when am I going to find myself in this situation again?
You get those files to me?
Right away. Thank you, Lieutenant.
Let's do lunch. So, you saved my bacon.
I kind of like your bacon.
Well, I'm just not used to somebody saving me.
But that's what partners do, right? What do you say, cowboy?
Yeah.
What do you say? I'd say it's been a while since I saddled up, but I like your form.
I think you'd be impressed with how well I performed down the backstretch.
Well, I must say you're pretty impressive coming out of the gate.
It all depends on who's in the saddle.
Are we talking about the same thing?
I know what I'm talking about.
10 months later.
Maybe it's not a perfect world, but it's the best I've got. I might have been somebody else over the past 7 years, but I'm ready to leave that behind me. I've been given a second chance and I intend to make the most of it. I sense this is just the beginning of something bigger, and what comes next may not be easy. But then again, what is?
Exactly. Okay, I think I can safely say this is the end of the game, which has been quite a fun one.
We interrupt your programming here at New San Francisco Voice Channel 6 for an urgent bulletin. A tragedy in our fair metropolis today as all 3 members of the Knights Templar without a K have been found murdered in the sewers near Telegraph Hill. The images we're about to show are graphic and may be upsetting to some viewers. This trio of self-proclaimed superheroes have, according to their blogs, been protecting our city from the forces of darkness, and indeed, violent crime is down almost 0.5%, putting our crime rate only slightly higher than Syria. Recent tweets from the victims describe battles against an invading army of Morlocks, the fictional characters from H.G. Wells' Time Machine. When asked to comment on the slain Crusaders, one police officer at the scene said, quote, "Hell, they probably killed each other on accident." So while we may not have witnessed the gallant exploits of these stealthy vigilantes, or even once experienced the terror and destruction of demon spawn, it is with a heavy heart that we here at the New San Francisco Voice say to the Knights Templar without a K, thank you. Now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Okay. Well, that was a surprise now, wasn't it? We had our credits, and now we've had our news broadcast. And of course, an extra special thanks to all of these individuals, but more importantly, an extra special thanks to you fine ladies and gents who have been enjoying this series. Not sure what we're going to do after this series, but I thank you all for watching this one. I hope you'll have a lovely night, and hopefully this is the end of the game now. So, with that, goodbye.